Okay, here's an exercise we use to help work on internal hip rotation in the flexed hip 90-90 position. So that would be here, if we were to open up that way. You might feel some pinching in the front or just a hard end range. So we can do some kind of joint mobilizations here that I like. We're gonna start with the right leg first. I'm gonna position this band all the way up nice and high into my hip area. I'm gonna pull this knee into my chest. I'm gonna work myself back using my left leg to push against this pole. There, so now I got a nice posterior distraction of my hip. The band is pulling my femur, I guess you could say forward here, but really it's sitting back in the hip. So I'm pulling my knee to my chest, and I'm just gonna rock back and forth, trying to keep my foot and my knee straight, not letting it rotate out. I'm gonna do about 10 repetitions. So as I'm pulling in, the band is pulling the femur slightly out of the acetabulum just to get a little traction of that hip. Now to work on the hip internal rotation, I'm gonna give it a little assist. I'm gonna rotate that hip internally as the band pulls. So I'm using my hands to facilitate the motion. Making sure my knee stays right around 90 degrees, my hip, excuse me. And I can take it out. It's gonna feel a lot looser coming in this way, and should feel like I can create a little more motion going into internal without much pinching at all. So give that a shot if you're trying to get a little bit more hip internal rotation.